Coach, were you planning at the beginning of the game to just go 7 deep on in your bench?
No. No. But I also wasn't planning for TT to get hurt. So, I mean, I think in Pac-12 play, it's pretty normal to go 7, 8, deep. But, losing TT tonight, she'll be fine, but she just, obviously her head was hurting. Not having her was one man down, put a lot of pressure on our guys playing big minutes against a really good physical team. So it wasn't easy.
You talk a little bit about the defensive job they did on Inigwe.
Yeah, I think we did a great job. And it's funny because I look at the stat sheet, I'm like, we did a great job. She had 19 and 20. But that's how good she is. I think one of the amazing things is if you look at Aerie, we two of the best scorers in the league. So Aerie's the number one, Inigwe is top, best rebounder in the country. So, but one's a point guard, one's a center, and so we both have game plans to stop those people. They're obviously trying to stop Aerie, we're trying to stop Inigwe, and I mean it's tough. She's that good. We had three bodies around her. I mean, she's so athletic from 25 feet there, throwing lobs, and she just jumps up and gets them. I thought in the beginning, in the first half, we did not a good job of walling up. We were kind of leaning over, getting fouls, but I thought we made her work. So still, she had 20 rebounds, 19 points, but I thought she worked pretty hard for her points. So if we would have been one-on-one, she probably would have had 40. But she's just dominant. Like, I don't know what else to say about her.
Did you say anything to the refs she didn't have a foul called on her in the first half and ended up with 4 in the second?
Yeah, I think that I did talk about just it being uneven. I felt like they're pretty physical, and she's a really physical player. But I wasn't as I was trying not to focus on that just because I thought we were being aggressive and I didn't mind. But it hurt us with Dominique in a little bit of foul trouble because Dominique defended her really well.
Could you imagine beating the top 25 team, shooting 17% in the second half?
No, I can't. I cannot. Yeah, no. Even just shooting 37% in the game, I can't. Not getting out rebounded by 12. No, but I think our defense was great. I think that to force them to shoot 38%, our goal was to give them 40%. Our goal was to hold them under 30 from the three. We did that, and our goal was to keep them under 60 points. So we accomplished all the goals that we set out. Our players have fought. Our players have showed grit and character and passion, and they've done everything I've asked. And looking in their eyes, they were determined and knew we can win. I didn't see that look in Utah, but I saw that look against ASU. So. Aerie and Cade and competitors, knowing that we can win it, having that confidence. And I'm telling you, I'll go back to talking about the preseason, not playing, all these ranked teams. We wouldn't have this confidence. We wouldn't have. And I mean, confidence is huge. The mental part of the game is 70%. So I think that they did a great job of fighting tonight.
Third straight 30-point game for Ari. What is that?
That's not exactly what I want. She's incredible. She's been incredible. She's, what I like is that she's attempted 17 shots and had 36 points. I think that's pretty incredible. And she had 3 turnovers at 4 steals. But she's not taking 25 shots. So she's extremely efficient. She's, getting a lot of points at the line. So it's not ideal for a player to have half your points, though. I think in any game you need more balance. And I thought in the first half she was doing a good job of drawing the defense and kicking out the shooters. We just weren't hitting our shots. But, I mean, she's hard to guard. She's one of the best guards in the country.
When she came here, did you envision her having this kind of a start?
Yeah, because I recruited her at Washington. So I knew in high school she was a scorer. Did I know she'd be leading the country in scoring? No, but I knew what a great player she was. You can't teach two things. You can't teach height, can't teach quickness. She has quickness and athleticism, and she's dynamic. And that's something you can't teach. It's not, is she great at reading? No. But she's so instinctive, and those are things I can't teach her. Those are things she has. And she's a gamer and a competitor, and she's gotten better at different things. She's working on her game. There's still a lot of areas she needs to work on, and you'll see a different player when she's a junior. And you'll see. Thank goodness I still have her for the 3 years.
You talk about her scoring that many points when the other team's going to try to shut her down, but she still is able to produce.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody's been trying to do it. Everybody has 5 people in the paint, and she drives, and she still finds a way. We're pretty tough in transition. I think that everybody's going to do that. And I think, they at Washington, they tried to do that for Kelsey Plum. Pretty successful. But I think it's funny, if you watch Aerie, she's called upon to score, but she's not a score-first point guard. She is a pass-first. So that's just how she is. If you watched her at Washington and you watched her when she was in high school. But here, we need her to score, and she's doing that. But I think as you see us have more depth and, we have more talent coming in next year, she will pass a lot more. So she probably won't get the 30 points, but she'll still score a lot.
Kate had 10 and 9 tonight, probably at her best Pac-12 performance. What do you think about
I
that?
think she's just getting familiar. The Pac-12 is the best league in the country. It is hard every game. She's playing against some of the best post players in the country, top picks in the WNBA. Aniga will be a top probably 3 pick. So Kate's learning. Kate's learning what it's like to play against someone 6'5" and athletic and really good. She's learning how to play against Megan Huff from Utah, who steps out and shoots a 3 at 50%. She's learning what a rival game is like. You don't know that when you're a freshman. High school is very different. Even though she's a McDonald's All-American, it's different. The feeling's different. The pressure's different. The calls and the structure is different. So as she gets more experience, she'll get better. Dominique is experienced. She's played in big games. TT has, Ari has, but Kate really hasn't in college. So you'll see a different Kate and Samaje in a year, and I think you'll see a different player in a month. She's getting more comfortable and she's getting more confident because if you watch, her second halves are better. So she kind of settles. She kind of sees it. She can do it. She got blocked a couple times, but I love about her, she doesn't care. She kept on taking it to her, and I don't care if she gets blocked, and I love that about her. She's a true competitor.
How would you rate Samaji's minutes with you?
I thought really good. Samaje played 7 minutes. I wish I could have used her a little more. I think a couple times just remembering to box out because Samaje is used to being the tallest player, so she's usually the Nigwe in high school. So she doesn't have to box out. She's kind of jumps. So that's learning, but I thought she did a really good job of bodying up, not afraid of her. I thought she gave us great minutes. I wish I could have found time to give her some more minutes.
Did you spend much time telling them to forget the Utah game?
Yes. Not the last couple days. What I did was I told them after the Utah game we will bounce back just like we did against SMU. So or Loyola, LMU. Now the funny thing is both of our losses have been to teams that have lost like their best players. So LMU did not have their best player and they rallied and they didn't have Gabby that game. They rallied, played really hard. Utah had lost their starting guard, Provo, to an ACL the night before. So they were rallied, they were emotional, and we've lost those games. So for us, we're focused on us. Practices were very hard on Tuesday. And I purposely was trying to kick their butts and make it competitive and defensive because I thought that we didn't respond. I thought that we were extremely soft in Utah. So I made it a point Tuesday and Wednesday to kick our butts and to make us compete and run and physical and competitive. And it worked because then we responded. So I like the way that we've responded after 2 tough losses. And I think we've done a really good job. It's 2 ranked teams in the first couple weeks of Pac-12 play that we've beat on our home court. And the city's rallying behind us. We have a great fan base right now. So this is all exciting. And, we're one of the few teams in Pac-12 right now that's playing really well at home. So I like that now we just got to play well on the road.
Do you feel like it's important to learn how to lose as well as learn how to win? Like bounce
No.
back? No.
I don't think losing is important. I don't think you ever learn how to lose. No, but I know what you mean. It's important losing to learn. So I think I don't ever want to lose to learn, but you do that. I think that winning in different ways and learning how to respond after a loss. So that's your character. So how do we respond after we got killed in Utah? The score said 14, 15 points, but they could have beat us by 30 and they controlled the whole game. So how we respond, that's our character, and that's what I'm more proud of. Because can we do that? Are we resilient? Can we battle back, or do we hang our heads? Because we play Sunday against Stanford, another ranked team. So these 4 games are against 4 top 25 teams. And it is very hard to play at Stanford at home, and it's even harder to play at Oregon State and Oregon. So I knew this was a really important first game because this is a difficult stretch. And this stretch will show me where we're at and what we're made of. And tonight I saw a little bit of that, but we're going to see real quick how do we respond on Sunday, and then how are we on the road. So taking care of home is really important because every game is difficult.
After your statement win against ASU, Arizona finally joined the conversation, or people finally started taking notice. Obviously, the road games were very important and had mixed results, but what message did tonight's game give out to people?
It's pretty hard to play us at home, and we're a team that you're not just going to overlook. I think in the past, for the last decade, Arizona's been a team that you want to play twice and that you know you're going to beat. And that's why I'm here. I'm here because I'm here to bring this program to where it used to be. Is it going to take time? Yes, it is. It's a process. But I'm not here to finish 10th or 11th, 12th. I'm not here to not have us in the conversation. I'm not here to say, oh, you beat a ranked opponent. I'm here to bring us there, and that's what I'm intending to do. Like, I'm not here to stay 10th. And I hated when I was at Washington, and all the talk was always like, oh, we're playing Arizona. Like, I was kind of always offended, even as a coach at Washington, because this is my alma mater. We were good when I was here, and it's a special place. So I think we're doing some special things. Have we arrived? No. But we're putting the right pieces together. We're bringing excitement back here. We're winning some games, and you win. Winning cures all. It brings fans, and it does a lot of great things. But it's difficult, and I think that we're exciting to watch, and I think we're going in the right direction because it's been a while.
Was there a reason that Bryce didn't play tonight?
No, it's just Bryce is great. Bryce works harder than anybody. She's someone that does all the right things. She is someone that will play here. She is someone I am extremely confident in. I know will be a great player because she wants to be. It's just difficult. As a freshman, the matchups are very difficult. So we're playing against a really athletic team. It's hard to let a freshman learn in those games. She will have an opportunity. And, as a player, opportunities knock softly. TT was down. What if Lucia would have got a cramp or something? Those are opportunities, so you always have to stay ready. And that's what I always tell her. You just got to stick with the process. Don't give up. Because she'll be fine. And she's going to be a good player, and she will play. It's just a matter of time and when, and she's, getting better and learning and working hard every day.
Anything else for Coach?
I wish I could play every player equally every game. That's the hardest thing sometimes as a coach, because you want to. It's difficult. So, all right, thanks. Yeah, thank you.